This is Hoodies. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. We're gonna go ahead and get into this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of time. So yeah, welcome back to another dope session of Hoodies the podcast. I'm the host, the God Rashidi, coming at you live from the Skill Suite. Maybe not so live, but yo, we're coming at you, man. Put one in the air for Hoodies the podcast. One more. Word up. Let's go ahead and do this thing, man. We're just gonna go ahead and get into this. I don't have a lot of time, like I said. And this one right here is for the thinkers. First of all, feels good to be back. I think my last pod was on my birthday, July 9th. So I'm a little under a month. A few days shy of a month. But I needed a little bit of a break. Not only that, but I didn't have a whole lot to talk about. And I was also trying to bring in, another host again. And I don't know, I guess people saw I wasn't getting a whole lot of views, don't have a whole lot of followers, so they was like, man, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And then some of them claim that they didn't care about none of that. Hey, I come do a pod with you, you know what I'm saying? But, no shows. What can I say, man? What can I say? Some of you niggas ain't real. Some of you niggas ain't real. Some of you niggas ain't real, man. But that's beside the point. We here and everything happens for a reason. So let's get into this. This is for the thinkers. Let's go. Like I said, once again, I'm not going to keep you long. I'm just happy to be back. For those of you who are tuning in, hey, thank you, man, in advance. So listen. I'm sure y'all already know we are back amongst the time when presidential candidates are going at it again. You know what I'm saying? If you've been following it, you know that there was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Joe Biden stepped down. Now Kamala Harris is in. I'm not here to argue her ethnicity. I'm not here to argue who you're voting for, why you voting for them. Me no care. Who you voting for? But for the thinkers out here, this is a trying time for us. Very trying. Because we are once again watching people, including our elders, get right back on that train again. An elder, right, my father being one of them, told me about the definition of insanity. Yeah, I know. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, right? And it's funny how that wisdom seems to go out the window around election time. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, but we watch folk, including our elders, continuously throw out the same talking points. Go vote because our ancestors did it. That's one I hate that shit with a passion. I hate it. Okay? When you talk about our ancestors, with all due respect to our elders, you got to be specific now. Not all of our elders was with the voting thing. Just, again, I've said this 1,000 times. Just like then, we had elders, our ancestors who was forefathers, whatever you want to call them. They was with it, the voting process, and some of them weren't. Now, what if I or you or anybody decides that I want to uphold what the ancestors who said fuck the system do for self? That's honoring our ancestors. And then furthermore, wouldn't you think that our ancestors, forefathers, whatever you want to call them, don't you think that they would have wanted us to be smarter by now? Do you think they would have wanted us to be walking around here still saying and doing the same shit? We don't know. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that no, they would have wanted us to progress or be more progressive. You understand what I'm saying? I believe in my heart that is what they would have wanted. So using that talking point to manipulate folk into casting a vote is ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous, with all due respect again, right? So if you choose not to vote, here's another thing. Or if you don't vote for them, that's a vote for the other side. That's a lie. Come on, y'all. That's a lie. No, it is not. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stop doing that. Okay? And I could go on all day. I could go on all day, but I won't because I don't have all day. In fact, I'm actually killing time. But however, this is the time where, listen, and let me be clear, just because I'm referring to us as thinkers doesn't mean that other people don't think. I would have to assume that they think about something. And there's the same talking points, by these candidates or any of these candidates, be it on a federal level or local level. All of them just talking. New city manager, nothing will change. New president, nothing will change. New superintendent of this, that, and the third, nothing will change. For us thinkers, it's about showing some grace. Live and let live. It's a very trying time. Well, I'm voting for Kamala because, I want my reproductive rights. I don't want nobody telling me. Listen, man. As a woman, I'm not going to say female, I'll say a woman because, when you say female, you got to be specific. A female dog, a female cat, female goat, a woman, right? Let's say a girl / woman. Once they become of age, and when I say become of age, I mean, menstrual cycle, things of that nature. They choose to have sex and go have a child, they can do that. There may be some repercussions with your moms and pop, you know what I'm saying? Or your family, grandmother, whoever. There may be some issues with them, of course, right? If you choose to have sex with another girl, you can do that. If you choose to have sex with 3 boys, you can do that. If you choose to get gang banged or, have an open relationship or have a sex with just whatever you want, you can do that. If you want to get a breast reduction, you can do that. If you want to get breast augmentation, you can do that. If you want to get a BBL, you can do it. If you want to change your gender or identify something other than a female, you can do that. You can, for the most part, do whatever you want to do with your body and or ultimately your life. And for whatever reasons, and maybe it's not meant for me to understand, but for whatever reasons, everybody is all up in arms because in certain states, you can't your child. All these things, this vast array of things you can do. And yet, everyone's up in arms because you cannot your child. Okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, again, grace, live and let live. I'm basically just here to say that I hope everyone gets what they want, which is a bit crazy because there's all this talk about I'm going to hold so-and-so accountable. What does that look like? How do you hold a candidate responsible? How do you do that? You ain't going to pull up on them at the airport because the president has their own mode of travel. You ain't going to push up on them after a speech because Secret Service will put you down. So that's not going to happen. How are you going to hold them accountable? And then to hold someone accountable is to say, hey, man, you said you was going to do whoop-de-whoop and you ain't make good on that shit. How do we do something like that to a presidential candidate or any candidate of any kind? How do we do something like that when we've made no demands? You haven't asked for anything. You're not demanding anything. So what are you going to hold them accountable to? How does that work? You know what I'm saying? Is there a black agenda? Is there one? Black people ain't the only people. Sure. Asians aren't the only people in the world, but they got something for them. Gay people aren't the only group of people in the world, but they got something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? We don't deserve anything? I'm of the belief that listen, man, we're broken. We're broken. We're expecting things from a system that's made it so painfully obvious that we don't matter. We don't matter. But again, grace I give you. Grace, I give it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, oh, it's sad, it's this. It just is what it is, man. It just is what it is. But we are definitely broken. You know? We're broken. We're insane. We're doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. You can tell that we're broken. Look at the things, look at the gender war. Look at the things we're asking for from one another. You know, the things women want from men and the things men want from women. You know? Truth is we need each other. That's where our vote should be. Our vote should be on each other. Well, on ourselves and ultimately each other. No candidate of any kind can give us what we really need. Nobody can make us do business with one another. Nobody can force us to put us first. Y'all heard of Chinatown? Y'all heard of Little Italy, Little Haiti? All these little communities of different of other groups doing what they supposed to do. Why are we the only? Well, let's not front like we don't have any. We do. We do. Right? Little pockets here and there. That's what we should focus on. That's where we should put our vote. In fact, me personally, I'm giving nobody my vote. Well, I'm giving my vote to black folk, but I'm giving no candidate my vote. Unless you're going to give me something in return for my vote, you get nothing from me, fam. You get nothing. Why would I just give you my vote? Why would I give anybody my vote? Why would I do that? Where's the logic in that? Yeah, man. We're broken. But thinkers, let's move with some grace. Let's move with some grace. Trying times again. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. I'm the God Rashidi. This is Hoodies, man. Peace. Yeah. This is Hoodies.